Greetings. Hey, it's Easy Q. We're working with the Akashic Records, or my soul's messages, or my body messages, or pure light. So we'll see what's going to happen. Some of these written pieces are like activations or transmissions. Some are cheeky, some are fun, and some are like kind of like obscure. So, all right, we're going to start with the first one. Crimson frequency pulsates the inner self to awaken. Like a tree from the ages, welcomes the roots to dive deeper. In the quietude, the essence of beingness reverberates across the cosmos. These frequencies of crimson light broadcast the sound vibrations of these roots. Further down below, the waves signify a state of knowing. As pure sounds spring forth, there too resides the semblance of an earlier life. An earlier state of happenstance rekindles the taste of crimson wine. Right, we're going to go to the second piece. I don't know why they're relating with each other, but they're like besties today. Take a spin of the wheel. Do so freely. You do have the will. Modern occurrences cloud internal meters. Eternal nature more closely examines what's real. Every day, we in our own light salute the sun, life. If and when you're ready to walk into the light, mere directional correction, a change of light coordinates. Notice when the shadow subsides in relation to this light. Each sunrise, light lifts up the spirit. This is you. Choices be the voice of your human expression in the form of your unique design. Shadow unto light unto a continuum of naturalness of what is life. Be it that the shadow, a semblance of self, in a directional coordinate, resembles such a life. To reflect, each sunset the light subsides enough so that the self inhales, the quiet slumbers. Spirit lifts out in the quietude of moon's promise. We marvel in the homecoming of night's moonlight soul journey. Biological systems rebuild, reorganize in the absence of light. All the while, the body lays in state as the spirit is free to be its eternal essence, making peace in an awakened state. The bridge, this bridge is you. All right. I don't know. I don't know why these two paired up, and I don't really know what happened when I was writing it. But I'd have to take a look at some of these states of being, that sense of preciousness, that sense of pure light energy, that sense of being completely awake in this moment of now. And the more that we do that, the more that we kind of look at some of these words, there's so many different symbology in these written pieces. And for my own self, I don't focus too much on it. I just acknowledge some of the rhythmic feeling, that kind of like that flow energy, that flow state, I just acknowledge that. And I just really appreciate myself to take a little time to put my fingers on the keyboard and write what I'm hearing or experiencing or impressions. All of these things are guiding me through these written pieces. And sometimes, we could say, sometimes, I've got so many words. I've got so many freaking words, right? And then I just noticed that sometimes words do get in the way. Sometimes something else may be conspiring that would be better for you. Sometimes words, again, words. And again, it's like this is like some poetry. It could be kind of like a flow state of being free to express whatever it is that you're seeking in your field. And so some of these energies with these two pieces are really kind of like metaphors in a way when I look at it, and I can't really process it, you know. Even reading it for me is really different. But I start noticing that when I recite some of these automatic written pieces, that something inside of me is just saying yes, go do it, go, you know, because sometimes I'm like going, I can't read my own writing because the words are so tricky. um, but yeah, I think it would be a really neat experience to just be in a space of just awareness. You know, again, like words, you know, words, you know. What do you do with all that, you know? But I think that space of preciousness um, could be something that you could work with as well. And let's just say something good or bad or something different changed for you today or yesterday or the cat down the street, is that we notice that we don't have to use words. We don't have to really. People want to process and do all of that. And I get that. You know, I had to do that a while ago, maybe a few years ago, or maybe, I don't know, it was a while ago. Um, but we just start noticing that sometimes we can focus on different things than words. Sometimes we could go into, go out to and outside and get that sun energy, get that, you know, that raw, you know, raw sun raw energy, and see if that might bring you into a better a place or a different way of being. I also work with what I call color, and so my biggest colors when there's a healing coming through with my body, and I think I think healing is constantly moving, right? You know, so it's just a constant flow of energy, and so you know, even now I'm using these words, but as you keep moving with some of these states of consciousness through the body, is you could just focus on, instead of words, you could say the color. These are my two favorite colors: aqua and royal blue. Aqua and royal blue. And there's a bunch of others, right? You know, but those are my go-to. If there's an opportunity for some level of healing or clearing or creating, I really work with those colors, aqua and royal blue. So sometimes like the words do get in the way, right? They do, you know, I've got so many words. I sent some to my kids and they're like, we can't process what you've done. There's just too much. There's too much stuff, right? So, but going through color would be kind of extraordinary. Just being out in nature, you know, or being with friends, or being in a space where you just feel so lovely, you know. And I remember back in Texas, I'm in Scottsdale now, but I remember just, you know, kind of resting against a trunk of a tree, and just I would just, you know, sit there and be in that vibration of that, you know, this majestic tree, and I would just feel that energy and just know that energy is giving me energy, and then I'm also giving my own energy to the tree. So this all of this stuff is so amazing. So again, words get in the way, or we get kind of caught up in, you know, the stories of our lives. You know, of course, we've all done that, right? So yeah, see if you can find some other solutions for you, you know, for your preciousness. You know, if you're able to just take a moment to pause a little bit, you know, just notice that there's nothing you need to do right now. So you could just notice your breathing. You can notice your inhalation. You can notice your exhalation. You could close your eyes, just, you know, take away a little bit of sensory load. Close your eyes. You could close your eyes. What else? What else right now are you desiring to have in your field? What are you expecting? Is there something that you're expecting? And how amazing would it be if it was something that you were expecting and that it's here? You know, what would that feel like? What would that be like for you? And the more that you start working with, like, again, these words, you know, I'm all about words, right? Is that there's some just a few little things that you can do different every day, a little something different. Like this morning, I was kind of like dancing a little bit in the space. I wake up super early too, so I, you know, start walking in the neighborhood at 5 in the morning, because it's hot. It's super hot. Anyway, so I hope you enjoy some of these kind of just sentiments or some of these trains of thought from Susie and just see if there's something about you that you'd be wishing to have in your field. You know, my field is filled with words and kind of activations and light, you know. So, but whatever's in your field that you love, continue to do what you're doing with what you love to do or what you love to see. Or, you know, I just had my my daughter just sent me pictures of my granddaughters back in Texas, and how amazing can that be? How amazing can that be to connect and to really feel loved and feel precious? So I think that's it for now. All right, so we'll see you soon, and namaste.